Yama. I would like to welcome and acknowledge my Gorilla Mate people, the traditional owners of this land. Also our elders, both past and present, and our youth as they are today's future.
Year 12, parents and friends of Year 12, staff and students. Good morning and welcome to the Year 12 2020 farewell, COVID-19 style. Thank you for joining us today via live stream as we officially farewell our Year 12 cohort. Thank you to Jeffrey Harvey from Year 12 for Welcome to Country. My name is Madison Russell and joining me today is Riley Anderson. We are honoured to be hosting this event as the incoming Narrabri High School captains for 2021. We are here today to farewell Year 12 and wish them well in their upcoming high school certificate examinations. It certainly has been a different year for some, and for some, this day has come far too quickly and for others, not quickly enough. On behalf of the staff and students of Narrabri High School, we would like to extend thanks to Brianna Smith and Andrew Coleman as school captains and Megan Damney and Alex Loader as vice captains for their efforts over the last 12 months. I now invite Mr. Carolambis to give the principal's address.
Well done, Year 12. You've made it. It's been a tough year, a different year. All HSC years are difficult years, but you guys have excelled. And of course, welcome to any parents out there, the family representatives, the community members, the students and staff, brothers and sisters who are sitting in classes and offices and at home watching this live stream. Certainly, this year's most unusual, most unpredictable that I have in living memory, and most people agree with that. We've still got intensive preparation for the HSC examinations, which are really not very far away now, but your daily schooling is over. And you're going to look back on that, guys, with both happiness and sadness as well. But the bottom line is, all of you have chosen to stay at school, to get a HSC, and that's a really important achievement. That doesn't adequately really express what has happened this year, but certainly you're in a great position. This year has been so affected by COVID, of course. But for me, COVID, or COVID does accurately describe the characteristics of the group of people that I have in front of me. C is for courage. Courage that was required to be brave in the face of that uncertainty and which changed very often. O is for opportunity. You're only in Year 12 once, and let's make the best of a bad situation, which is exactly what you did. V is for versatility. If any year you need to adapt and change, and adapt and change, and adapt and change, this is the year for it, and you guys excelled at that. I is for independence. It didn't matter if you were required to study on your Google Classroom, via Zoom, Teams, email, good old-fashioned pen and paper, you did it. You adapted, you changed, you incorporated those changes, and you're here today. And D is for determination. If there's a problem, it can be overcome through effort, and you've demonstrated that. And I will tell you the truth that I worked out pretty early on in the year that we had a really special group. So we cancelled the half-yearly exams because at the time we thought we had more time in the classroom. Now whilst that didn't work out, it was still a tough ask for you guys to pick it up the day before, do it under exam conditions and send it back, and you did. So many of you did. You said there's a problem here, but we can solve it. And that really showed me the character of this group in front of me now. No one complained to me, you just did it. Furthermore, it's pretty clear that you've all matured into really decent people, young men and women, who understand what you need to do in our society and what our society expects of us as citizens. Let's have a bit of a walk down memory lane. So we'll have a look at a few slides of photos. For me, what comes to mind is how cute in Year 7 were some of you guys. I mean, look at those photos. I mean, some parents may be thinking, yeah, what happened? But the answer is we've grown up. Or this one here. So back in Year 7, into the athletics or the chess. Happy to be here. And as we go through, there are people who have moved on, gone to other schools, left school, and you'll see some of those in the picture. We've got the bush to beach, and a few people getting buried in sand, and some more athletics going on there. I was trying to identify some of the people in there. I saw a Warriors jersey. I had a pretty good idea who that was after I worked that one out. And there we are for our official, unofficial photo. Guys, in finishing, there's no doubt that you have been really successful to get to this point. And I'm going to show a quote which I shared with the staff at the end of last term, because I think it really typifies some of the really important points that I've made today. I'll just give you a moment to read that. And just to elaborate, this was made by arguably the best, I would say, footballer, somebody would say soccer player. And what he's trying to say is that things don't just happen. You don't just happen to get to Year 12. You actually have to work hard and be successful and continue to evaluate and drive. And you guys are still going to have to do that, because you'll be caught up in the euphoria of today, and it is a great and successful day for you guys, but those HSC exams are just around the corner. And we want you to do the best that you can, to walk away from the HSC and go, well, I can't really have done too much more. Hold your head up high. Certainly, collaborate with your friends, do some studying at home, work with your teachers, send some work in, get them to market and so on. We've only got a short break, a very short break now, but even between exams. I'd also say, guys, after it's all finished and said and done, if you get the opportunity, come back and see us. Many former students do. We love having students come to see us. They tell us about their success, they have a bit of a catch up, and we hear about those wonderful experiences, because we're only here at school for you guys. Every Year 12 group is certainly unique and special, but I'm pretty confident in saying that no other year group has endured the roller coaster of a year that you have. So congratulations, thank you for the effort and application. We're really proud of you. I'm sure your parents and community members are proud of you. Let's finish it off with a really big effort, those HSC exams, and I shall see you at the fall. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carol. Representatives from Year 9 and 10 would like to farewell Year 12. These representatives are, for Year 9, Sid Harvey and Eliza Danby, and for Year 10, Martha Harvey and Holly Nicholas. Maddie and I will give the Year 11 farewell address.
2020. What a year. This Year 12 has had to deal with a lot, to say the least. They have taken it head on and come out on top, which is pretty well done. This year is shaping up to be good, but of course, COVID-19. Just imagine studying for your HSC through a screen. While we were all sleeping in and procrastinating through lockdown, most of them were living off caffeine, working from 6 in the morning to 12 at night and sleeping at their desks. For the others, well, let's just say the internet took their hit.
But like all good things, the lockdown ended and school came back with its new challenges. Year 12 was hit with the news that many of their privileges and events would have to be cancelled. No slave day to raise money for the school gift, no activities day, something which many teachers were thankful for. and changes to their formal and graduation. Things were looking dreary, but this year 12 put their heads down and continued working hard towards their HSC.
With that just around the corner, they have emerged from the desks at home and have come back for one more week of learning. Yet another sacrifice they've made courtesy of COVID-19. Through all of this, they've managed to stay upbeat and maintain their character throughout the year.
There were good times and bad, with tensions boiling over. Like when Andrew's phone managed to fly its way over the balcony, or how the whole school has come to know who Miss Phillips' least favourite English class is. But they've always found a way to bring a spot of laughter to us all. For instance, Nippon, cake in shaving cream, and as brave as anything, hugging JR at assembly.
And we swear the girls must have separate bank accounts allocated to morning coffee runs. They always have a cup of something in their hands when they walk into roll call. And for such a small year, only 43 students, the big characters have stood out despite the lack of size.
Regardless of the problems they have faced, at the end of the day, Narrabri High has produced wonderful citizens in the past. And we can see Year 12 of 2020 are certainly not going to fail this trend.
So now we say goodbye to a year where we couldn't plan anything, in which you've all etched yourselves in history.
We wish you all the best in your future endeavours. Goodbye and good luck. Thank you.
Good morning to all the students, teachers and parents watching, and of course our Year 12s. Today we are here live to pass on our best wishes and share some of the stories of the Year 12 class in 2020. Unlike our speech last year, this year will only feature the good and bad stories, as we can no longer use James Bannon as the ugly part. However, looking around now, Aiden Hunter is probably our next best thing.
Being 2 years above us, we've come to know more and more about your year group and the people in it. We've been able to witness the fundraisers that you guys have taken lead on, and we thank you for showing the school what you are capable of and always involving yourself in the school community.
There are many people in the year that we think deserve a special mention for the impact they have left behind. We have been able to spend some time with a few of the Year 12s on our SRC and witness their leadership skills firsthand. We of course have the school captain, Andrew Coleman, who spent more time flipping his hair than actually paying attention to them. And then the infamous Jessie Strong, who managed to grace us with her late arrivals, iced coffees and jingling keys every day. Then on to the Ford twins, whose cricket careers ended faster than they started due to the many sets of crutches that they went through this year.
And Lockie, despite being the son of a teacher, you still managed to have the lowest attendance rate in the year and the most lunchtime duck-offs. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jacob Nicholas. His greatest achievement came only late last term when he had accepted a Rise Award at the Wednesday Assembly. Unfortunately, it wasn't actually his award. If the real recipient is wondering where the award is, it's hanging up on the wall in his bedroom. Next to the soccer trophy him and the boys won this year. Oh wait.
With such a small year group, we both think you guys have done a great job in staying sane, while having the company of people like Mr. Stiller, Schwager and the Richardsons in your class. Definitely got on lucky there.
But on behalf of Year 10, we would like to thank the 2020 Year 12 class for such an uneventful year with COVID, but also showing us a path to never take with our future. To conclude, you have all been great role models, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavours and upcoming exams. Thank you.
Mr. Carol teachers, students and parents watching over the interweb and the Year 12s. Today is a very special day for a very special group of people. We are talking about the Year 12 students, the ones who have dedicated their time to studying for the big wide world that awaits them, and the ones who solely dedicated their time on becoming Instagram and TikTok celebrities. Oh, what's wrong, Riley?
I'm just wait, what am I getting? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just so sad that the Year 12s are actually leaving us. I mean, I was an emotional wreck after Bailey left. I don't know how I'm going to handle them all leaving.
Well, I guess it was inevitable. All birds have to eventually leave the nest.
All of them?
Yes, all of them.
Even Andrew?
Yes, Riley. Even Andrew. Well, you're not the only one who is grief-stricken by their departure. In fact, there are a few people who had a few special messages they'd like to share with you all today.
Hey Johnson, Miss Phyllis wants to know if you understood the difference between South Africa and South America. And for Keegan, she has one word. I'm not really sure what it means, but asparagus?
And Mr. McConnell wanted to say to his maths class that if you guys can do maths as well as you can Photoshop, then you should be right.
Hey Charlie Orman. Mrs. Kennedy wanted to know if you'd recovered from the rubber hand incident in art yet.
For Megan Damping, Mr. Bailey wanted to let you know that he is glad that your relationship has improved from the time you two weren't the best of friends. Oh, and Caitlin and Melissa. I myself find it hard choosing my favourite twin because you're both so nice and athletically talented, you know, like, on one hand, Caitlin, you did drop the ball 6 times at Northwest Cricket, and Alyssa, you tore your ACL by trying to step Rebecca Anderson.
And lastly, Nippo. Mr. Magna hopes you can catch a cricket ball better than you can catch a broom. Oh, wait, hold on. There's one more message here from Jaden Lovegrove. I think he must have snuck it in. It reads, Dear Nippo and Jonty, you guys are the biggest...
But in all seriousness, guys, we know that this year has been a tough one, and you definitely won't be forgetting about it. You have been a large part of the school in all ways, and we are very thankful. You have provided us with many laughs, both inside the school walls and especially outside. It's both funny and concerning watching what you boys get up to in the playground.
I'm sure Keegan enjoyed watching it from afar too. We'll miss all the daily laughs and interactions we have with you, and we will truly miss you all. We are sure all of you are well prepared for what lies ahead, and we are more than confident you will do great things.
We would like to thank all of the leadership team for 2020. You have left big shoes to fill and will try hard to live up to the legacy you guys have created. Andrew and Bree, even though it hasn't been a normal year, you guys have done an outstanding job, and we are thankful for that.
So from myself, JR's daughter, from myself, Maddie, and all of Year 11, we wish you good luck for your future endeavours. You will all be missed. The outgoing captains, Brianna and Andrew, and the 2020 leadership team will respond on behalf of Year 12.
Good morning, I'm your host, Andrew Coleman.
And I'm Brianna Smith.
And
welcome to Small Mate Live Action. Unscripted. Yes, and what a year it has been. As your school captains, we would like to remind you of just the many things that we have done this year.
And that's about all. But let's hear from the rest of our year. We now cross live to our reporters, the 4 twins on the field, Alyssa and Caitlin. How's it looking down there?
Well, unfortunately, we can't be in the field today due to COVID-19. But we can still ask questions. The first person we'll ask a question to is Nippo. Nippo, are you out there? So, Nippo, what was your favourite class this year? Surely Miss Phillips' English class.
She was my favourite.
Are you pumped to be here? Because you sure don't look like it. The next person. Lockie? Lockie, are you out there?
Yes.
Yeah? Lockie, what are you planning to do next year?
I'm planning on doing shoemaking next year.
Yeah, leather shoemaking. We thought so. A bit of money in that. May? Yeah. Are you there? May, you recently did your music HSC. How did it go? Hoping it went alright. That's good. Can't say the same for myself, but moving on. There you have it, folks. A few Year 12s today we talked to. A little insight on the Year 12's HSC year. Back to you in the studio, Andrew and Bree.
Thank you, 4 twins.
Hey, who do you think's better?
Oh, good question.
Alyssa's strong, independent, and very academically gifted. A good kid.
I agree, but Caitlin is such a caring and kind-hearted person who's very reliable. I love you, Katie May. We love you, Katie May.
Now, moving on, we'll hand over to Megan, our weather reporter.
Megan, how's it looking over there?
Not good, Andrew. Not good. The forecast shows a strong chance of social distancing, poor internet connection, and the smell of hand sanitizer coming from a science block direction. There is a likelihood of cancelled events. For example, everything. Students are advised to stay home and to attend online classes, not in their PJs, Jessie. So there's also been a warning issued for next week for all staff and students who are not completing their HSC. to watch out for free roaming HSC students who, if irritated, may become unpredictable. And that's my final weather report. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Megan. Now, Year 12 and the rest of the school and parents watching, we'd like to take 20 seconds to remember our fantastic, quirky, full of beans year advisor, Mr. Chase Magna. Now, we know 20 seconds won't do you justice, but because of COVID-19 concerns, we have to keep it short.
Alright, we will now cross live to Alex with the sports report. Alex, how about we start with the soccer?
Well, Brian, Andrew, on soccer this year, hold on. We got no soccer this year.
Come on. What about cricket?
Well, we don't have that either.
Swimming?
No.
Alright, softball,
No.
basketball, netball, football, touch football, dodgeball, baseball.
Long jump? High jump? Triple jump?
Quadruple jump.
There's no question. No.
Discus? Shot put? Javelin?
4x100 meter sprint.
Do you mean the one?
Yes!
100 meter sprint, 200 meter sprint, 400 meter sprint.
No, and no.
Tennis!
Well, actually yes, this year, Mr. Russell's SLI class hosted 4 Grand Slam tennis tournaments. The Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon final, and the US Open. And yes, this did actually happen. Small and large confirmed. JAR has photo evidence of the whole event. Our ball boy, Lenny Stoltenberg, was a fan favourite during the event, and we would like to award him his certificate. As JR would say, well done, Kravitz. To Jacob Nippers, congratulations on the easy steal as the overall winner of 3 out of 4 tournaments played. I would also like to say congratulations to the runner-up, Mr. John Russell himself, winning 1 of the 4 tournaments. I will now cross live to Sarah and Jessica.
Thank you. Well, on behalf of Year 12, we would just like to say a few thank yous, so here you go.
Thank you to Miss McKinstry for your kind words of encouragement and support. Thank you to Miss Broderick for subtending our love of maths. Thank you to Miss Manchi for the adulting advice and for allowing us to learn about reader response. Thank you to Mr. Drusnik for teaching us the ins and outs of hair dye. And thank you to Mr. Bergen for only chucking 1 sickie all year.
Thank you to Mrs. Kennedy for teaching us artists with extremely hard names like Hossein Balmanesh and Patricia Pincinini. Why? Thank you Mrs. Bailey, Wallace and Tomlinson for always making sure the hospitality class was fed. Thank you to Mrs. Young for teaching our maths class time management. We now know to get our homework in on time, otherwise it's actually really bad. Thank you to Mr. Loader, or Mr. Magna, our year advisor. I'm not sure which one he is, but he did a great job. Thank you.
Well, you know how it is with these COVID times, better wrap it up. Thank you to all the teachers who were here for us throughout the years. Back over to you, Brandon.
Thank you, Jesse and Sarah. Alright, let's cut the cringe.
Next up, we would like John T. and Keegan to come up onto the stage.
Hey boys. After all these years of competition and bickering and, honestly, we've had enough. So on behalf of Year 12 and the entire rest of the school, can you just shake hands? Now, obviously, COVID safe, we enforce that very highly in our high school. So we're going to say live, people. Shake hands.
we were wondering how many push-ups you could do in 20 seconds. Aiden, would you like to come and show us what you got?
Right here would be perfect. Just go for it, man. Now the audience, sadly you guys won't be able to see, but yeah, go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20! Whoa! That's a new Smallman life record!
Hens Russell, we would love for you to come up on stage and join us. Now, we would like to ask you some questions about the Merchant of Venice. Who is the main character in the Merchant of Venice?
I'm pretty sure it's Othello.
Correct! And who is married to Sylvia Plath?
Shylock?
That's 2 out of 2. This makes you really proud.
Brilliant. Kira Manning, would you like to come up and say? Alright, look at the camera, please. We challenge you not to laugh. Look at the camera. Alright, here we go. I'll give you one more go. You ready? Ready, sure. Oh, I'm about to say. Over. Now, it is also tradition at Smallman Live to hand out the award for the cutest couple. Last year it was Daniel Hall and Michaela Johannesson. It was a tough one this year, but I think we all know who it is. Joe Dewsbury and Tori. Jory.
Strawberry.
Congratulations.
We would like to award Hayley Orman for having the most diverse hair colours from 2019 to 2020. According to Mr. Ritchie, the colours have ranged from blue, purple, pink, blonde, very blonde, black and brown.
She is away today, but we will ask her which one was her favourite pick. Okay. Now that is all for our Year 12 awards, as we have to cut this to an extended range of time. But I'd like to give a big shout out, if he is watching, to Mr. Bailey Ballingerry. He is currently, or he has joined the Australian Defence Force in the infantry department, and Year 12, and especially the boys, are missing him very much, and we wish that he could be here today. And if you're watching, we love you and good luck. We'll see you soon.
On behalf of Andrew and I, it has been an honour to be your school captains in 2020. And although we couldn't accomplish everything we wanted to due to COVID-19, we are very grateful for the experience.
Yes, and as sad as it was losing my phone to Miss Manchi, Year 12 are all grateful for the dedication our teachers have in making our Year 12 feel normal. So, on behalf of Smallman Live Action, we bid you all farewell and good night.
Thanks for that, guys. I know everyone here is surely going to miss Smallman Live.
Could Mr. Magna, the Year 12 advisor, please come to the stage to present Year 12 2020?
Just before we introduce Year 12, I would just like to mention, due to the uncertainty around presentation night happening this year, we'll also be announcing the academic award winners today. These would usually be presented at the presentation. So, for all the parents at home, family, friends, teachers, students watching us live, I would like to introduce Narrabri High's Year 12 for 2020. Okay, so it gives me great privilege to be able to do this. We'll start with Reese Anderson. So Reese will be doing a gap year, then going on to study a Bachelor of Software Engineering. He has also been awarded the Santos Prize for Outstanding Student Ancient History and the Brad Henneford Prize for Mathematical Insight. Thank you. Michaela Barnes. Michaela Barnes will be working locally next year. She was also awarded the Merton's Lawyers Prize for Outstanding Student Aboriginal Studies, but unfortunately Michaela couldn't be with us today. Kyle Boney. So Kyle will be seeking local employment next year. He was also awarded the Executive Award for upholding the values of rights, and unfortunately Kyle can also not be with us today. Ethan Botha will be studying and working at Bellevue next year. He has also been awarded the SHOP 2390 Prize for Outstanding Student, Sport, Lifestyle, Recreation and Studies, and the David Laird Prize for Commitment and Dedication to Agriculture at Narrabri High School. We have Samuel Kane. He will be seeking local employment as a heavy vehicle mechanic next year. Sarah Charles. Sarah will be looking at studying a Bachelor of Science, Advanced Studies in Agriculture at university. She was also awarded the Ayora College Prize for Outstanding Student Agriculture, the Merton's Lawyers Prize for Outstanding Student Community and Family Studies, the Narrabri High School Canteen Committee Prize for Senior Citizenship, the ADF Long-Term Award for Leadership and Teamwork, the UNE Vice Chancellor's High Achievement Prize, the University of New England Academic Excellence. Awesome. Tanika Clark will be seeking local employment. On you, Tanika. Andrew Coleman will be studying Advanced Diploma of Acting for Contemporary Screening Media with the Sydney Actors School. He was also awarded the Narrabri High School PNC Prize School Captain 2020, the Whitehaven Cole Prize for Outstanding Student Mathematics Standard 1, and the Stephanie Stewart Award Inspiring and Courageous Sportsperson. Megan Dampney, she'll be looking at studying an engineering degree at the University of Wollongong. She has also been awarded the 5 Proprietary Limited Prize for Outstanding Student English Advanced, the 5 Proprietary Limited Prize for Outstanding Student Mathematics, the Merton's Lawyers Award for Outstanding Student Music 1, the Merton's Lawyers Prize for Outstanding Student Industrial Technology, Timber Products and Furniture Technologies, the Music Parents Prize, Contribution to Senior Music, the Whitehaven Cole Prize for Outstanding Student Mathematics Extension 1, We Are Youth Prize for Student Leadership. Very impressive. Congratulations. We have Joel Dewsbury, who will be beginning a diesel mechanical apprenticeship next year. Tori Drumgold will be seeking local employment next year. Well done, Tori. Michaela Elford will be working the harvest season and then going on to study a Diploma of Drug and Alcohol. Alyssa Ford is looking at studying optometry at university next year. She's also been awarded the SHOP 2390 Prize for Outstanding Student, Personal Development, Health and Physical Education, and the Caltex Prize for Best All-Round. Caitlin Ford is looking at studying primary school teaching at university. She has also been awarded the Brendan Lennox Award for Commitment and Persistence. Jeffrey Harvey will be taking a gap year next year. and he has also been awarded the Best Employment Prize for Outstanding Student, English Studies. May Harvey will be studying nursing and medicine at the University of Newcastle. She's been awarded the Whitehaven Cole Prize for Outstanding Student Biology, the Executive Award for Upholding the Values of RISE, the UNE Vice Chancellor's High Achievement Prize, University of New England Academic Excellence. Juliana Hoppen, she will be seeking local employment next year. Latoya Huggins, she'll be working locally next year. Aidan Hunter is looking at taking a gap year in Narrabri next year before heading to uni to study sports medicine. Alexander Loader will be working locally next year before going off to university. He has also been awarded the Whitehaven Cole Prize for Outstanding Student in Chemistry, the Merton's Lawyers Prize for Outstanding Student in Physics, the Vice Chancellor's Award for Academic Excellence in Year 12, Academic Excellence, the ADF Future Innovators Award, the Executive Award for Upholding the Values of RISE. Kira Manning will be taking a gap year next year. P. Ricky Mason will be taking a gap year then going on to study criminology at university. He has also been awarded the Santos Prize for Outstanding Student in Modern History. Lachlan McGregor will be working locally next year. Caleb McMillan will be working full-time in the agricultural industry, and unfortunately Caleb is unable to attend today. Tim Merchant will be taking a gap year and then looking at studying a Bachelor of Dietetics. He has also been awarded the 5 Proprietary Limited Prize for Outstanding Student English Studies and the Reuben F. Scarf Prize for Commitment. Liam Neal will be working locally next year. Jacob Niparis will be looking for an apprenticeship in refrigeration next year. Hayley Orman will be working locally next year, and unfortunately she cannot be with us. Talia Orman will be working at Narrabri Hospital, completing a school-based traineeship in Cert 3 in Health Services Assistant, and also seeking employment in the aged care sector. Stephen Richardson will be seeking local employment next year. Keegan Richardson will be taking a gap year and then studying physiotherapy at the University of Newcastle. Will Roach will be seeking an apprenticeship in the automotive industry, and unfortunately Will cannot be here today. Mackenzie Russell will be studying nursing at the University of Wollongong. Lilia Whitehouse will be working locally. She has also been awarded the 5 Proprietary Limited Award for Outstanding Student in Drama. John T. Swagger, he will continue working as a carpentry apprentice. Brianna Smith will be taking a gap year next year before heading off to uni. She has also been awarded the Narrabri High School PNC Prize for School Captain of 23. Benjamin Stiller will be seeking work in the agricultural industry next year. Lenny Stoltenberg will be seeking local employment. He's also been awarded the Narrabri Shire Council Prize for Senior Citizenship. Jesse Strong will be working locally next year and receives the Mr. and Mrs. R. Goulay Prize for Outstanding Student Visual Arts. Jacob Sunderland will be studying Communications and Journalism at the University of Newcastle. He is also awarded the Whitehaven Cole Prize for Outstanding Students, Mathematics Standard 2. Michaela Woodward will be working working locally next year, and also receives the Merton Lawyers Prize for Outstanding Student Hospitality event. Can we please, since we're the only ones here, give ourselves one loud round of applause.
Parents, staff and students of Narrabri High School, thank you for joining us via our live stream today to Farewell Year 12. Your support in this unconventional way is greatly appreciated. We hope you have a wonderful day.